She walks upon the earth, prowling through her environment. Every day, every night, hunting. She licks her lips. She bares her teeth. She is thirsty. She is hungry. She is determined to capture that which represents her very soul. That thing that only she can do in the only way she knows how to do it. She will never tire from this endeavor. She will never give in to those who call her a fool. She will never stop pursuing her passion. She is free. She is fierce. And she will always be a beast woman.
Hell yeah!
Ladies and gentlemen, this is Beast Women 2015 Spring Series. Welcome to tonight's show. Thank you so much for coming to Beast Women. We are Chicago's premier all-female performance review. My name is Michelle Power. I am co-producer of this show with Jill Erickson. I am the host, and yes, I am your official Beast Master. Now, before we get things started tonight, I want you to be fully aware that Jill and I are giving you Chicago's best female performing artist.
Yeah, we are.
Therefore, I need to make certain that you, as my audience, are Chicago's best audience for Beast Women. What I mean is this, guys. Throughout the show tonight, you're going to see a lot of young ladies coming out on this stage and giving it their all. If you like what you see and enjoy what you hear, by all means, don't be shy. I want you to laugh. I want you to clap. I want you to cheer and whistle. As long as your responses are loud and genuine and full of love and support, these girls are going to hear you. You see, the more you give them, the more they are going to give you. So what I want to do right now is test your love-giving abilities. I'm going to ask you a very simple question, guys. That question is going to be, are you ready? And I would like you to respond with two very simple words, those words being, hell yes. Now, when you say these two words, hell yes, I need you to get together every bit of energy that you can muster from the tip of your toes to the top of your head. I need you to be as loud and as beastly as you can possibly be so that we can raise the roof of the prop theater. If my girls hear you and they believe your response as an audience is genuine, believe me, you're going to be in for one hell of a show tonight. So, here we go. To get warmed up, ladies and gentlemen, let me hear you, make me proud, and turn me on. Are you ready?
Hell yeah!
Yes, that was a great response. I didn't give you guys something. I felt you, and I'm officially turned on. So let's get things started. Here we go. Coming to the stage tonight is a young lady that we featured in our show last year, I believe, and we are excited to have her back this evening. She spent the first 5 months of her life as a tumor, and she had, therefore, no hope of ever being normal. Ladies and gentlemen, she's very happy to be here tonight, returning as a Beast Woman. Please, let me hear a big round of applause for your first performer tonight. This is Patty Vaccarella.
Michelle, thank you so much. Get this out of the way. I am trying to be a better person. I'm really trying, but sometimes I stumble and I fall off the wagon and I just snort all the potato chip dust from the bottom of the bag. Don't judge me, I'm living day by day here. I'm trying to eat better. Found this new stuff called Pasta Zero. It's made from mushrooms. I love mushrooms. It has 0 carbs, 0 fat, and 0 chance of me ever buying this shit ever again. It was so so horrible, I seriously considered licking my dog's asshole to get a taste of it. I grew up in the late 70s, early 80s. Drugs were everywhere. I dabbled. Oh, who am I kidding? I did a lot of drugs. I mean, I hear people get all upset about their drinks getting roofied. I'm thinking, you know what? I did downers and sleeping pills and pain pills. If somebody would have roofied my drink back then, I just would have considered it a bonus. But I actually stopped doing drugs a long time ago because I realized I had 3 good brain cells left. And I also did not make enough money to support the kind of drug habit I wanted. When you stop paying your bills so you can pay your dealer, you know you've got a problem. Because you know your dealer is going to cut you off way before ComEd ever does. Way before. And People's Gas is not going to come to your house at 3 o'clock in the morning, ringing your doorbell looking to get paid in cash. It doesn't happen. Visa. I don't care how much you owe Visa, they will not come to your house, slash your tires, and poison your dog. Just does not happen. But really, the biggest reason why I stopped doing drugs was creates memory loss. No, I didn't want to go to jail. I got scared. I was walking down the street one day, and in my purse I happened to have what might have been considered intent to distribute. I had a lot of dope in my purse. And the police invited me into their vehicle, being the kind gentlemen they are, and they started questioning me. I am shitting bricks on the inside. I'm like, oh God, this is bad. And they're like, running my name and asking me if I have any aliases. They're making some assumptions about my character that had they been anybody else, I probably would have decked them. They never looked in my purse. After 15 minutes, they let me go. I'll tell you something. I have never been more happy to be mistaken for a hooker in my whole life. Dodged the bullet there. Have you ever had a conversation with an elderly person? And by elderly, I'm talking like 85, 90 years old. Have you ever had a conversation with an elderly person that suddenly became sexual in nature? Creepy. My first job as an adult. I was a nurse's aide. I worked in a hospital. I loved that job. I used to love and sit and talk with my elderly patients, and they would share with me their life stories, their wisdom, their knowledge, but these old fuckers every time wanted to talk to me about sex. I was 22 years old. I did not want to hear about some 90-year-old guy telling me about the 3-way he and his army buddy had with some broad in France in World War I. No, thank you. One night I was working. Patient puts his call light on in the bathroom. I go running down the hall, knocking on the door. I hear the shower running. Knocking on the door, I'm like, sir, are you okay? Are you okay? No answer. I'm like, oh man, I gotta go in. So I open the door and I go in, and he's not on the floor bleeding like I imagined him to be. So I'm like, sir, are you okay? Are you okay? He's in the shower curtain's pulled. He's not answering me. Finally, I'm like, oh, I gotta pull the shower curtain back. So I pull the shower curtain back. The old guy's got his back to me. I'm like, sir, are you okay? Are you okay? Just let me know you're all right. So finally, he turns around. He's got a boner with his washcloth hanging off the end of it. And he did this creepy little old man that says, oh, I don't know, can you help me? I was not pleased. So I snatched the washcloth off his pecker, I threw it in his face, and I left the room. I don't think that's how his little fantasy was supposed to end. But that's me, the crusher of dreams, what can I say? But my favorite memory of working in a hospital was this old man named Israel. Israel was the original cool old dude. He was 93 years old. He had this thick white hair and these sparkling blue eyes that told you there was still an awful lot going on upstairs. One day I said to him, I said, Israel, what is your secret? I said, you're sharp, you're alert, you love life, you keep up with current events. What's your secret? He thought about it a minute. And he said to me, kid, you want me to tell you my secret? My secret is I got a young girlfriend. She's 70.
And every once in a while, a little something happens. And on the days that I'm too old to cut the mustard, I can still lick the jar.
Oh, you can't make this shit up, really. So my husband and I, we've been married a long time, and he said to me the other day, honey, I think the spark is gone from our marriage. I said, you know, we've been together 22 years, it can happen. But don't you worry, because I know how to bring it back. So I led him over to the bed, and I laid him down, and I blindfolded him, and I tied his hands down to the bed, and then I took a set of jumper cables, and I hooked him up to his nipples, and I turned that shit up to 11. I'm going to ask him about that spark when he comes to. That's my time. My name's Patty Beckerell. Enjoy the rest of the show.
Say a quick hello to my co-producer. Her name is Jill Erickson. She's the spiky-haired blonde gal you've seen running around. This is her right here.
That this jacket just ain't fitting you the way it used to.
No, it's not. Thank you for pointing that out to the live audience. The reason why, Jill, and I know you know this, but for the sake of those that don't, I am proud to announce that I am currently 23 weeks pregnant with twin boys. Initially, I was a little disheartened that at least one of them was not a girl, but I realized soon after that whom better to run a house of men than a beast woman. So. Speaking of offspring, our next performance act actually involves a mother-daughter within the combination. See if you can pick them out. What I'd like to say, ladies and gentlemen, is that it is a very powerful thing when one woman comes on stage to perform a piece, but it's something totally different when you get a whole slew of women together on stage at the same time performing a piece. Ladies and gentlemen, please give a big round of applause for Chicago's own modern dance troupe. This is the Luna Troupe. female performer in our show. Now guys, just as we have to make room sometimes and accommodate for a growing pregnant belly, we are right now going to accommodate some audience members and bring some chairs up a little closer here to the stage so that they are not cramped there in the back. And while we're doing this, ladies and gentlemen, I would like to tell you that we are in fact celebrating a lot of different things here tonight at Beast Women. As you know, celebrating me being pregnant with 2 little boys. But we're also celebrating, I believe later on we're going to announce some birthdays, some anniversaries, and even on top of it all, guys, this happens to be our 192nd live show. Jill and I have is to simply bring you Chicago's best female performing artists and to entertain you and to maybe perhaps by the end of it all inspire you. So thank you so much for coming. Our next performer is a young lady that we have featured in our show once before. We are delighted to have her back. She represents something very simple but very true here in our show, which is this: every woman has a voice, because every woman has a story to tell. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome her now. This is the lovely Katie Dolan.
Hi, I'm Katie, and I'm a self-hateaholic.
Hi,
In November, I was going to kill myself because I thought that everyone hated me, and it's always been really hard for me to forgive myself for anything. Then I took mushrooms with my best friend and saw the light. The one at the end of the tunnel, not the one ushering you into the great beyond. It was like a giant weight had been lifted off my chest for the first time in months. And I started to remember what hope felt like. And I decided to live. But since then, I've been very much in limbo, having the same depressed thoughts, but knowing that I don't have an out anymore. I worry still that everyone hates me and that everything I say and do is wrong. I worry that I haven't really changed at all, that I'm still some stupid teenager, that I stopped developing and I'll never become a full adult. I worry that I perceive everything way differently than everyone else, that I'll never really get it. I feel like the black sheep of almost every group I'm a part of, that I'm only accepted conditionally. I feel invisible a lot, kind of like Anne Hathaway in The Princess Diaries. Someone sat on me again. I'm in a constant existential crisis. Am I really here? And if I'm not, where am I? No one has an answer. Thank you. The other day, though, somebody told me, have faith in yourself and you might find that you actually exist. That's pretty cool. That's pretty much exactly what I was asking for through all the mental torment, wouldn't you say? I guess if I had to pick one, my philosophical mantra has probably always been, I exist, therefore I suck. But if I have a little faith in myself, not only could I find that I actually exist, I might find that I'm not wrong, or stupid, or unwanted, or any of the things that I'm so afraid of. My complete lack of faith in myself is the reason why I felt like shit about who I was and everything I did, and it was easy to stay there, because faith is hard. And being sad for so long strengthened my faith in perpetual, omnipotent sadness. Because faith is believing in something that you can't see, and I could see sadness. I could see self-doubt. I could see missed connections. I could see loss. I could see things not going well for me. I couldn't see things working out, and when they did, it freaked me out because I had become accustomed to being so low for so long that falling a little bit lower didn't hurt that bad. I read something the other day that said, reduce the amount of time you talk about an illness. Refuse to allow illness a place in your consciousness. Never own a disease. I think that's great. It makes a lot of sense. Never own a disease, though? I think that's false. Own that shit. I've been depressed for so long that I let it own me. I lost faith in the idea that I could be happy. Have faith in yourself as a human being on this weird planet with all the other weird human beings. You exist. You exist. I exist. Happiness must exist. So go be the artist that your parents hoped you weren't going to be. Go rehearse that piece you wrote about your crippling depression for weeks until it's perfect, and then not perfect because nothing's perfect, especially with you. Go paint your body and dance around like the wind or fart. Go find anything that makes your heart hurt a little bit less. Go find happiness. Go create happiness. But exist in whatever you create and own that shit. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, Katie Dolan. Excited to bring out our next performer. She first performed with Beast Women many years ago when we were first here at the Prop Theater. And one of the reasons Jill and I absolutely love her is because she does an art form that you don't really see much anymore, that of commedia dell'arte. Ladies and gentlemen, big round of applause. This is Noelle Williams as Mel.
The self-comforting thing is not working at all. I mean, I'm trying, but it's really hard. Well, I mean, you let me watch the news. I did it myself. I mean, if you read it, you didn't read the news, there's like natural disasters, wars, and disease, and political campaigns. I mean, what is happening? Is the apocalypse coming? Is that what's going on? I don't know. All I can think of is, well, who am I? You know. Well, it's true, there's a shortage. I read about it in the news. We lost some really good ones. You know. We did. It was really awful. And I just think, you know what? I'm just gonna shut it out. I'm just not gonna read the news or listen to NPR. Or they're going on the Google News on the internet. Or I'm just gonna shut it all out. All of it. Maybe not all of it. Like, what about Facebook? Oh, come on! Like, that's just a place where we're all friends and we like things, you know? Like, like I could just go to that friend that only posts like cat videos. Yeah, you can be like, you know, you can watch cute cat videos. He never posts anything. Like this video is from last year, and it's like, and they're pouring a bucket of ice water over their head, and it is to raise money for a terrible disease. That's terrible. Come on, where's my cat video when I really need it? You know, where's the humanity in that? Where's the humanity at all? I mean, just look at all the violence. Have you seen all the violence? The violence really pisses me off. Makes me want to punch it in the face. Makes me want to kick it. I know, that doesn't make any sense. That I want to do the very thing that I really hate. But I hate it. I hate it. And I'm like, oh, I'm gonna start a fight. And I'm like, I need you to hold my stuff kind of way, you know? Like, I need you to hold my stuff. You know, hold my stuff? Hold it. I need you to hold this. And this. This. This one. There's some more in here. This one. Okay. And, oh. Here's one more. This one. Okay. You got my stuff? You're a real friend? You're gonna hold my stuff? Thanks. Maybe. Come on, be a friend or no? You got it. I gave it to you. I'm trusting you. All right? Okay, now as a real friend, you're gonna stop me. So stop me. Ow. Okay, that is just holding my stuff. I need you to like physically stop me. Like there is violence, and I'm gonna start a fight. Violence. You're gonna stop me because you're a real friend. You'd be like, I'm not gonna let you fight, man. Okay? So come on. Come on. You have to stop me. Here, just hold my stuff, not everybody else's. All right, here we go. Ready? Like, here's me. And like, there's violence. Here I go.
Stop.
Okay, that is pushing me away. That's a pushing move. I need you to hold me back. Hold me back. Ready? Here we go. That is pushing. Don't push. Hold me back. Hold me back. Hold me. Hold me back. Hold me back. Hold me back. Hold me back. Okay. That's pushing back. Hold me back. Hold me Not there. Easy. Please, come on. I don't want to start a fight when you give me a hug. Would you get a nice fellow like this and give me a nice squeeze? Give a squeeze. There you go. You gotta tell me it was good, so you give him a pat. Thanks. See? You know when you're like hugging somebody? Yeah, like heart to heart. You just realize we're all just flesh and blood mistakes. And you're like a real friend. Like I'm not even mad that you dropped all of my stuff. You could have been mad. You could have been like, you could have had the awkward hug where we were like this, right? And you're like, I got intimacy issues and I'm not gonna get close to you or like butt stuck out. Right? Or you could have been like, oh, there's a photographer, we're just gonna do this like posing number. Or we could have both gone low and it would have been real awkward and we'd been like, do we make out or hug or I don't know. Get in there, give me a hug. Come on. Yeah. Great. Come on. You know what? You're a good hugger. Come here. You guys hug each other. You hug him. You guys hug each other. And you guys, everybody do it. Great. Guys, hug each other. Together. Let's all do it. Don't be that person. Okay? Right? And I'm just gonna hug myself while you guys are doing it. Okay? Oh, weak. Okay, I'm just gonna let you guys know right now that hugging yourself is totally not the same. Unless you're thinking about somebody and then you're like, hello. No, maybe. No, I'm kidding. You know what? When you're hugging someone, you just squeeze out all the bad stuff, right? And you let it go. You make room for all the good stuff. So here's one for all the people that I can't get to tonight. Right? So let's all hug it out, right? Let's let that go viral. Put that all over your Facebook. When I go searching it, and you'll be like, oh, look at that, look at that, look at that. Don't post the news for me, for God's sake. And you can take pictures of yourself hugging yourself. You can like post them on the Mel page if you want, or be swift and be like, I saw Mel, I'm hugging it out. So go hug it out, okay? Yes. Hug it out. Ladies and gentlemen, Noel Williams.
You guys, our next performer coming to stage is an award-winning writer and a published poet, and she produces 2 shows here in Chicago, Loose Chicks and Cafe Cabaret. Yes! And more importantly, not only is she performing here tonight as a Beast Woman, but she is celebrating her 33rd wedding anniversary. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Roberta Miles.
Waiting in the depths of hell, the smell of urine so profound, waiting for the damn train to whisk me away to beautiful West Rogers Park, where I live with my mother, stepfather, and little sister, waiting and thinking about growing up. I will never get involved with an older man, even if my parents are divorced. Divorced parents can make a person do self-destructive things. The notions I had at 15, there were a lot. However, when I was 18, I did get involved with an older man, a much, much older man, a 30 years older man. By then, my boyfriend had become a full-fledged alcoholic. I had worked in a mental hospital and dated some of my patients. My parents had been divorced for 3 years, and I had decided never to see my biological father again because my mother told me not to. I think I was ready for a sugar daddy, or at least another daddy, or at least someone who I perceived as sane. Like someone 30 years older who wanted to have in-depth conversations about life with an 18-year-old. While he sat next to me brushing my long and luxurious hair. It really did feel good. Turbulent doesn't even begin to explain my life and my state of mind. We met in an elevator, He pinched my butt and my mind exploded. I had just found an older man who found me attractive. This extraordinary event changed my life, literally, to this day. As he rushed out of the elevator, he blurted a bunch of numbers at me and told me to call. Call? By the time I got to my destination, I had already reasoned that my life was over and I was a sexual risk taker, so what more could go wrong? I called. Told him who I was, the butt he had just pinched in an elevator, and he told me to meet him the following night at the Howard Street station. It's a color now, maybe red, and I hear it doesn't stink of urine anymore. And then it began. In my mind, it's a small, dark room, and I've taken off all my clothes. I scramble into the bed and pull the covers up over my vulnerability, but the blanket doesn't cover my neurosis, my need to be loved, my confusion. I'm staring at the gray shadows in the cold darkness. Then you walk in, so full of yourself, pumped up, all decked out in your long, crisp white undershirt and white boxers. My brain feels like it's going to explode. It's not all as sexy as I thought it would be. It was dangerous and confusing, and it was my life being changed forever. If I hadn't been so giddy and excited while I was teasing you into my life, if you hadn't been so susceptible to crossing a boundary, so eager and ready to dance with me, we wouldn't be here. So you got into the bed and you took off your crisp white underwear and held me fast and kissed me while my brain kept repeating, run! This isn't right or good or normal. And then I became lost in the magic, the sensation of your kisses, and the comfort of your embrace, the safety. Your eagerness repulsed me, and your kisses were a violation. I was a child, flirting with Daddy, but this Daddy became lost in the seduction and crossed a forbidden boundary. I told myself this wasn't sex. I was doing what I needed in order to survive. Survival, yes! That's what it was, survival. He rushes me into an exam room and lifts up my crisp white nurse's dress. He is so agitated that I start to feel heady and neurotic. Why am I here? Why am I working in a place where anyone can just push me up against a wall and play with my nipples, my wet crotch, and my huge bundle of paranoia? What is wrong with me? But the perks of this job surpasses what I really get paid for. Sucking on someone's old, shrinking dick. He had opened another portal into another world, and I grabbed on and never let go. I have had a psychotic break, spent time in an institution, and have been on heavy medication since his death.
Roberta Miles, ladies and gentlemen. Sexy, sexy audience members. We're going to do something right now real quick called the Beastie Bonus. I need you guys to find those little red tickets that you received. On with the rest of the show. Are you guys having a good time? For that one person that said, hell yes, I love you. Thank you so much. Somewhere over there. All right, for our next performance, we need a couple of chairs, I do believe. Jilly, are you working on the chairs for me?
I got you.
You got me, okay. Ladies and gentlemen, our next performer first auditioned for Beast Women almost 6 years ago, right here at Rock Theater. And the rest is history. Her poetry is insightful, it's passionate, it's erotic, and it is honest. She curated the Fine Arts Building Birthday Celebration Poetry venue for 4 years. She has been a semi-finalist and a finalist for the Gwendolyn Brooks Open Mic Award. She is a nationally and internationally published poet, and she continues to be featured all over Chicagoland. Her next feature is coming up May 18th for the Waiting for the Bus Collective at Powell's Bookstore on Halstead. She's one of our favorite poets. She's here tonight celebrating her birthday. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the one and only Robin Foster.
Just to let you guys know, the only way to do poetry is barefoot. So, as you see, I'm barefoot. Is everybody having a good time tonight? He placed a box in the middle of the kitchen table. The box is covered in blue satin because maybe blue is her favorite color. Inside is a message that says, marry me, share the space in between our fingers, let's grow old together. There are 4 words which she wants to erase from her vocabulary: sharing space, and growing old. 50-something girl wakes each morning with the aches and pains of her grandmother. Her 20-something dreams still course through veins, leaving burn marks along skin. It's time for breakfast! She stares down at oatmeal and almond milk and blueberries and gags. Her 20-something self still craves deep dish pizza with extra cheese and a side of green olives. The carbs equals elevated blood sugar, equals weight gain, equals diabetes, equals 50-something girl prays to wake each morning with 20-something skin and body perfection. She stares in the mirror. Her 50-something image stares back. Fine lines and crow's feet map her face into something she no longer wants to recognize. There is an epitaph written on a fogged-up bathroom mirror: getting old sucks. She praises those who know how to recycle skin with 20-something precision. There are rituals that must be followed, passed down from grandmother to mother and now to daughter. Her medicine cabinet has become a shrine to all things anti-aging. 1. Rinse face with cold water to minimize pores. Pores large enough to hold 50-something boat victims. 2. Wash with enzymatic cleanse must contain vitamin C strong enough to wash away memories of stale anniversaries and ex-lovers. 3. Exfoliate. Wipe clean 50-something leftover dead skin, broken promises, and sagging flesh to unblemished canvas. And 4. Use day cream, SPF 40, to cover all those regrets. Regrets carved in liver spots and wrinkles. Let's not forget the eyes. Eyes are the window to her story, a story that must remain young and fresh. There's Dr. Perricone Eye Gel with retinol A to tighten, to firm, Kana oil to soften and smooth away dark circles and wrinkles and puffy eyelids. Finish with SPF cream number 15 to seal in all those unfinished dreams and adventures yet to have. 50-something girl smiles and vintage smile. There's so much to do before I grow old. This 20-something obsession has become her religion. So she will follow the rituals. She will follow until mind and body no longer can remember the reason why. He places a box in the middle of her favorite leather chair. The box is covered in blue satin because maybe blue is her favorite color. Inside is a message that says, marry me. Share the space in between our fingers. Let's grow old together. There's you. There's me. And now you want to turn an us into an us. I'm not very good at taking care of myself. How can I take care of an us? I don't even know where to begin. Can you teach me how to smile again? Tongues and lips out of sync, stale tears to coat the roof of my mouth. I've forgotten how to laugh. Can you teach me how to breathe again? To draw in lavender and rose without choking. To taste the scent of your body on each breath. I live on this scarred island made of broken glass. To get to me, you have to bleed. There is a box of alcohol pads and Band-Aids sitting at the front door, ready, waiting, just out of reach, wound so tight inside my own private solitude. Twist, and I bend, and I snap like a rubber band ready to break. But all this heavy baggage keeps me bound to the dirt. Whatever happened to the little girl with all the promise who loved to play hide and seek? Now it's only hide. Can you teach me how to be alive again? To taste the echo on a moonlight's lullaby, to get drunk on the whisper of an angel. Getting older takes up so much time and energy. I've misplaced my spirit along the way. Can you teach me how to skate along a star's reflection? To swim inside a Tuesday morning mist. Show me how to wrap a Sunday morning sky around my breast. How to revel in the luxury of a peppermint nightlife. So lost inside all this drama, I can't see beyond the stage lights. So can you teach me? Will you teach me? I just want to remember what it's like to be me again. You placed a box in the middle of the bed. The box, of course, is covered in blue satin. Because maybe she loves the color blue. Inside is a message that says, marry me. Share the space in between our fingers. Let's grow old together. There is freedom in being alone. She prefers it that way. Sharing space leaves wrists and ankles exposed. I've given you 2 drawers and a quarter of a closet. Can't that be enough? Sound familiar? This bedroom has become my own private sanctuary. These piles of books and clothes and reams of paper stand guard 24/7. No one is allowed to enter without first getting written permission from me. I live inside this bedroom filled with clutter. Drawers spilling memories and mementos of special times now forgotten. Drawers bulging with books and half-written love poems and parties now forgotten. They keep me safe and warm. I swim inside this void. Between heart and bone. Boxes of yellow photographs with faces I can't remember, crumpled up cocktail napkins with names I can't recall. They plaster over these open wounds and hidden bruises. A quick fix for this loneliness. But lately, all these things have become poor ciphers for living flesh. I'm caught inside a sea of half-written sonnets. Hold on. Old school books with knowledge I no longer use. Hold on. That little black dress, always one size too small. Hold on. This clutter has become my story. If I let go, will I disappear? Loneliness, sharing space, exchange one kind of pain for another. I don't know which is worse. But what if? What if I could carve courage into hands? Tear away a surge of dead words. Shred memories into ash. Sweep up the remnants into a box. Store it on the shelf in the back of the closet? What if I could rip old stories into threads, turn threads into mulch, plant the remains in a space that hasn't seen light in years? We could use our hands as watering hands. The eyes on the back of our palms would stand guard, watching for something new to begin. There is validation in that. So the answers to your questions are these. Yes, blue is my favorite color. Yes, the closet does seem half full. Yes, I think I can spare another drawer. And yes, I think, maybe, possibly, there's freedom in just saying yes.
Cheesecake and all kinds of great stuff. Champagne right after the show, after our final performer. So please feel free to stick around and get your sweetness on with the Beast Women. Our next performer is Chicago-based. She is a trained actress, dancer, gymnast, and stage combatant with a burlesque and performance repertoire that is heavily movement and character-based. This young lady brings her unique energy and storytelling capabilities for you, our audience. We absolutely love her to death. Please give a big round of applause. This is Slightly Spitfire.
If I was not myself and you were someone else, I'd say so much to you, and I would tell the truth, 'cause I can hardly breathe when your hands let go of me. The ice is thinning out, and my feet brace themselves. I'm there in the water, still looking for ya. I'm there in the water. Can't you see? Can't you see? You'll see me so before, and I've left on the shore. We're smiling all the same. You sail away again. I'm there in the water, still looking for
number. Ladies and gentlemen, our next performer is a small-town refugee who performs her enlightened comedy songs throughout the city of Chicago. She has her very own web series entitled Song a Week Challenge and Pillow Talk, both available at Zolwe.com and on YouTube. How about a big round of applause? This is Lauren Lewis.
Sometimes you forget your own bio when you're here, you're a refugee, and you're like, oh yeah, I escaped. To that girl who, her mom actually who won the bottle of wine I gave away, I know you're bummed, but like, I'm bummed because that's normally the only way I can hit on someone in the crowd. So, and there's so many people here tonight celebrating things that I just don't understand how. Like, is anybody celebrating being single and alone? Alright, so maybe you'll enjoy this song. You can sing it to the next person you fall in love with. Because for me, it's kind of just sad. How all of my sexual conquests are dead. I mean, unless you know the real reason they won't text you back. It's true. My body is a one-hit wonder. My body is a one-hit wonder. 'Cause when a guy hits it, I wonder where he went. I'm just curious. Every woman ninja. You know, 'cause he escaped without me knowing. Maybe he was just robbing me while I pretended to be asleep laying in bed. We've all been there. You know, you want to get up and say goodbye, sort of. But you're like, my bed's just so warm. I don't know. Maybe it's like me being like a 20-something and believing that romantic comedies are dead. If there wasn't a spark. Like, I'm not going to run down chasing after someone if there's not a spark. Because that is cliche. So I just pray to God that that man forgets my address. My body is a one-hit wonder. My body is a one-hit wonder. 'Cause when a guy hits it, I wonder how I escape. So not every time is bad. Not every girl likes to cuddle. And no one likes to be smothered. You know the moment you said the word cuddle and friend-zoned your ass? Here's a hint. If you bring home a girl you barely know, don't trap her between the wall and your body. I will judge you. If she's been single for a while, like me, and you wonder why now, but there's no possible way she slept well with you holding on to her like she's your Wilson. You know that 8th grader? It's a movie called Castaway. I'm just here to culture you. So, thank you for reminding me why I'm single. 'Cause my body is a one-hit wonder. My body is a one-hit wonder. 'Cause when a guy hits it, I wonder, was I his first? Yeah, we can tell. It was that bad. I'm not gonna teach. I'm not some sex ed health teacher. If I was, don't you think I'd be a little bit more fit? These curves are brought to you today by candies and cookies. Like, if you see a girl walking down the street and she like has this face, don't tell her to smile, offer her a cookie. I don't care what my mom says. I'll always take candy from a stranger. Here's this one last thing. After 10 sex why girls have bar names. My body is a one-hit wonder. Sing along, my body. And it's a one-hit wonder. Cause when a guy hits it, I wonder, was this a prank? I know I date older men, but I shouldn't have to tell them there's Viagra. I wonder, where are my pants? We've all been there. The moment when you look down, you're like, shit, this isn't a shirt. This is a really slutty dress. Because when a guy hits it, I wonder, thanks for that magic, who comes it? But I wondered, what was his name? You know, like for the restraining order? I'm sorry, I need to like give you PSA for all of you. They won't accept Mark, wait, maybe Tim, maybe his name was George, that guy from Burton's place on Wells, that 4 a.m. bar? I've checked. They just So until I can clear a few things up, my body will stay a one-hit wonder today. Please don't feel bad for me, I'm really okay.
I must mention the significance of this black and red hat. Jill and I have been doing Beast Women 192 times now, and we are so blessed that we've literally seen over 2,000 of Chicago's finest female performers, and we are always and continue to be amazed at how many women agree to come and be a part of our show, knowing that they aren't going to get paid. But what we do as tradition in our show is we simply leave this hat on an empty chair on an empty stage. And we, as all artists can probably agree, we really and truly one day would love to be paid professionally for what we do. Unfortunately, that doesn't happen right away or very often. So tonight, what Jill and I ask of you, the audience, is for some encouragement for our girls. If you think that they did a great job tonight and performed in a very professional, hilarious, inspirational, entertaining way, any financial contributions that you guys put into this hat tonight at the end of the show, Jill and I will split equally among all of the ladies that you saw tonight, and maybe provide them with a little inspiration that they too are on the right track as far as pursuing their passion. So something to consider. Thank you.
Do it for the children.
For the babies that are about to be upon us. Ladies and gentlemen, our next performer, it's always a pleasure for me to introduce her because without her, we wouldn't be here. She moved to Chicago about 17 years ago, and one of her goals was to help bring women's solo performance work to the forefront in Chicago theater. Thus, one of the many reasons that Beast Women came to be. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for my co-producer and the original Beast Woman herself. This is Jillian Erickson.
I remember hearing those birds. You know those birds. And I remember wanting to strangle them for waking me up. And there has to be two, right? I mean, one cannot be this completely obnoxious all on its own. Of course, I was 15 at the time. Manically depressed, angry, and I lived in the country. And for some reason, country birds seem to own megaphones. words. But now when I hear those words, I get giddy. So excited. Relieved. Spring's finally here. I hate winter. And I suck at skiing. And being from Colorado, that seems to be a faux pas, you know. Makes me a fake Coloradan, because apparently we're all supposed to be born with skis on our feet. But I have proof. I have my birth certificate. And I have a fanatic Catholic mother. She never lies. I just sucked at skiing. And honestly, if I wanted to sit my ass in the snow, I could do it out front of my house for free. That shit's expensive. I hated being cold. And you know, it's really fun. I mean, you might not find this funny. I do. I won't judge, but don't judge me. That sometimes I have fake funerals in my mind to numb myself before the mourning actually has to happen. To pre-mourn, if you will, for that one death, because it's just that one death, you know, one death that I just need to. Okay, people don't understand, okay? An asshole is an asshole is an asshole, okay? If you lived your life an asshole, guess what? You died an asshole, all right? There's nothing clean by dying, all right? There's no clean slate, all right? If you put an asshole in a fancy coffin at the time of his death, he's just an asshole in a fancy box, all right? There is no clean slate. And I guess I'm regretting that moment when that clean slate is supposed to arrive. And there's no one on the other end to defend their assholeness to me, because they're gone. So it's like you won, but you lost. Because you never actually won the argument. And yes, I'm that kind of person. But what I find so fascinating is that drunk hipsters, I mean really drunk hipsters, you know, the ones that drink far too many old styles and Jack Daniel's shots. You know, the ones that sing Sweet Caroline by the jukebox over and over and over again, because we all love the song and we know the lyrics. We don't. It's just that these hipsters, so drunk, when they get into fights, when they get into arguments, they can quote Macbeth verbatim. And for some reason, totally makes sense. Totally. They're very well read. But it's 3:30 in the morning. And you're sitting outside of my window. Therefore, keeping me up. Therefore, breathing my air. And it's just, okay, let's just face it, okay? They're 23, I'm 42, I need that shit. Move on! Random thoughts. If you just enjoyed that roller coaster, try it all the time. I live like that. My life is one big random thought, and most of the time it makes me feel kind of stupid and like an idiot when it comes out in public. You're welcome. But at the same time, without them, it's kind of like my security blanket. And it makes me feel comfortable and at home, you know? And it makes sense to me. But I've come to this point where I'm really getting tired of these random thoughts in my head. And I'm really getting tired of my mind. And I kind of feel like I need something. I need to be more, you some social work. Social work. So shall work. Volunteer. Volunteer. Tear of the fallen. Tears of the fallen. Oh God! Out of my head and into theirs. Out of my head and into theirs. Out of my head and theirs. I like it there. It's nice. It's nicer there. I don't need to be in control. I can just sit and listen. And I do. I listen. I ask questions, provoke speech, provoke memories, lifetimes, legacies, lives. Lives I always wish I had, and I never did. Sometimes I wish I could switch with you, because you seem to enjoy life so much more than I ever did. But I guess it's easy to do that when you know the outcome is, no question, it is hospice after all. And that's when shit got real, you know? This shit is real. You can spend every single day just going through the same old, the same old, the same old. But this makes it raw and real. I need to become a caregiver. Not a caretaker, a giver. There's a difference. Caregiver. Giver. You are a caregiver. To give, to take, not to live life and to take, but no, to live and give and not take. Oh God! I always wanted to be an actor, a performer my whole entire life. I always wanted to be an artist, but there was something I didn't think that I had to say. I never knew what was creative. I never knew if I had anything important to say. I never knew if it would be something that people would actually want to hear, and I'd just be standing up here being this whiny performer. Whiny performer. Performer. Performing whiner. Performing whiny. Oh, wine. I like wine. It's a win with an E. And I won once or twice. A couple times. It's been a while. But I do remember it. It was pretty awesome. But now I sit there and think, how do you know? How do you know which side of the line you're on? You know? How do you know where that tape is? That winner's tape? You know? How do you know where it's at? And how do you know that you're on the right side if there's no one on the other side cheering you on? Giving you the hint that you're right. So are you on the right side? And how do you know? I mean, how do you know the difference? How do you know the difference? How do you know the difference between joy and happiness? Between happiness and praise? Between praise and arrogance? Between arrogance and independence? Between independence and selfishness? Between independent selfishness and isolation? And I just stand there and I just get so... I just wanted to make a difference. I just wanted to change things. Oh, God! Out of my head and into yours, out of my head and into yours, out of my head and into yours. Oh. I like it here. It's nice. I don't need to be in control anymore. I can just sit and listen. And I
performer tonight. Quick reminder, we have one more show coming up for our spring series. It's next Saturday. It's right here at 10:30, and we have put together one of the most spectacular lineups possible. Please know that all of our shows work on a rotating lineup basis. We have over 35 women in this current series. No two shows are the same. Next weekend we've got a lot of burlesque, and for the first time featuring an aerialist here on stage. It's going to be a lot of fun. So if you had fun tonight, please consider coming again next Saturday. And it's all for a very important cause, which is, of course, celebrating and supporting women in the arts. At the end of the show tonight, please find Jill and I when you can. We will be selling our merchandise. We've got t-shirts and tank tops on sale for $20, and for the first time featuring Beast Women ball caps for $25. And something about this, guys, is that all proceeds help Jill and I put on the next production of Beast Women, and it's going to give you a few things as well. It's going to make you look good, number one, if you purchase some of this merchandise. It's also going to help us get the word out, people seeing our walking billboards, you sexy audience members wearing our merchandise out on the street. And also, if you purchase a hat or a shirt here tonight after the show, from that point forward, if you wear that hat or shirt to any one of our shows, your ticket price will forever be 50% off. So it's a good deal that we're giving back to you as the audience. Again, help us support these ladies. We have a fun time doing it, but we do need assistance from you guys, our audience, and we certainly appreciate it. Now, our final performer tonight, you need to know, is a heartbreaker, a funny maker, and a clothes-off taker. She is here to show us really how to party and to remind us that we're all here to have fun and to keep our dancing shoes on. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to hear a huge, huge welcome for your closer tonight. This is none other than Diva La Vida. Let's party! gentlemen, for helping create life within me. Aaron Schaefer. Show after show, year after year, Jill and I are two of the luckiest producers in the world because we have a young man that brings up his time and his talent and never asks for a dime for us. He's the best damn technical director in the biz, Mr. Ed Schweitzer. Guys, big round of applause for my co-producer and performing for you tonight. This was Jillian Aaron.
Our beast mistress of the evening and the carrier of the Beastie Boys, Michelle Powell.
We would be nothing without the women that come to give of their time and talent. Ladies, please come to the